So this is just going to be a video going over some key components of project number 3, which will be a minimum of 1,500 words, not including the header, right? Not including the works cited page, and not including the title. And it is also 25% of your final grade in English 111. So I just wanted to make sure that I talked a little bit about this assignment in a video in conjunction with whatever it is we've done in class, just because I want to make sure that I'm providing you with as many resources as possible to hopefully help you succeed on this assignment. So for project number 3, as always, you've got a lot of freedom to pick kind of whatever topic you want to. So if you're on Blackboard, as always, and you click on Lessons Essays, and then you click on Essay Information, you'll see essay number 3. And that kind of entails that folder. It's got some sample assignments that can give you some examples of how students have approached the assignment in the past. It also entails a worksheet that has all the different guidelines and expectations for the assignment itself. So for this assignment, you will be analyzing the positive and or negative effects of a research topic of your choice. In other words, the results of a topic. You must use 3 sources total, published within the last 3 years, and they need to come from scholarly databases, although you could bring in more if you so choose. And what I'll say is, if you've got 2 sources from scholarly databases and you're still, let's say, struggling, it might be a good idea, or so you need another source if you're struggling at all, right? Say you've got a topic, but you're struggling to find sources. Don't forget to consult the librarians, because they are there to help you. That's what they're here for. They love what they do. They take it very seriously when they're helping students find sources for an essay. So I know that they would help you, and that's an invaluable resource. So you'll think about a topic of your choice and explore 3 different positive and or negative effects of that topic. And of course, you can have some positive effects and some negative. You might have a negative effect and 2 positives, for instance, or you could explore all positive effects of your topic. You also might explore all negative effects, right? You will be required to integrate 4 direct quotations. Do not drop quotes in, because as you can see on the guidelines, if you drop a quote in other words, you don't sandwich it, then it will not count as one of your direct quotes. Okay, so you've got to introduce the quotes you use and build off of them. It is also important to keep in mind that your thesis should be set up in what we call the 3-pronged approach, which we've used for other projects. So I should know right off the bat, right, what it is you are arguing, based on that cohesive sentence that should go at the end of the introduction. So you should let me know, right, what are those positive or negative effects of texting, right, or of online learning, or of, COVID, whatever it is you're writing about. Certainly, if you've got questions about what topic you want to write about, you can always ask me. The audience for this assignment is, of course, those who have an interest in the topic, but no specialized knowledge about it. And you will need to define, terms, and background information is what that means. Identify background information when necessary. For source information, I wanted you to know that, again, I said last 3 years, the prompt says 2 years. I'll bend it to 3, but, try to make the sources as recent as possible, because we are in a day and age that is post-pandemic. You can see the world is always changing, right? Some of the topics like vaccines might look different even before the pandemic, okay? So a lot's changed. Technology looks different since the pandemic. Education looks different. I could go on, right? I also noted you might consider using a book, right, if you're struggling with a database article, but ProQuest Central is a really good place to begin. So that's something that I noted here as well. And it is really important to do the preliminary work with this assignment, right? So research in the time that you have available. Make sure that you focus on only the 3 effects of your topic and that you're categorizing those effects as positive or negative based on what research you use. So that's an invaluable piece of advice I want to emphasize. Your research has to prove that effect is positive or negative. So you want to go through and make sure that you're doing a good job of exploring positive and negative effects from the thesis in the same order you said you were going to explore them in. But you want to make sure that you're not making an argument about effect that's just an argument, right? About effect without research. You need to use research. No personal experience should be brought into the essay. You should use research and actually integrate that research into the assignment. To prove again what the effects are. You will have an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So good luck. And of course, I'm always here if you've got questions. But again, I just wanted to have this as a resource so that you have something else to help you with the effect analysis. There will be plenty of other resources to come. But some of the things to keep in mind again are you should have 3 positive and/or negative effects, right? Those 3 effects should be outlined in one sentence, which should be a cohesive thesis statement at the end of your introduction. Beyond that, you should make sure that you give at least 1 paragraph to each point. Okay, so of course a paragraph is just 5 to 7 sentences, might be a little bit longer for this paper because we're using so much research, not much so, I wouldn't go beyond 8 sentences, but make sure that you have devoted at least 1 paragraph to each effect. That doesn't mean that you can't devote more than 1 paragraph to an effect. And something else I wanted to note as well is just that you're not required to give equal weight to each effect. So if you wanted to write maybe 3 paragraphs, say your topic was cyberbullying, and you wanted to write 3 paragraphs on the effect that cyberbullying has in terms of suicide rates, and the suicide rate information you have is just really fruitful. You've got a lot of examples. You could have 3 paragraphs on that, right? And another point, say you've got less textual support, you could have 1 paragraph on that. Okay, I hope this video was useful. Again, as always, if you've got questions, let me know, and I look forward to reading these. Have a good day.